Hi, everybody in Elvis land and Elvis community in the Elvis world. This is Mindi Miller and Mr. Colin Paul.
Hi.
Who has flown in from England, who is spectacular. He had an incredible show last night at Marlowe's, and he will be doing some more shows tomorrow at Marlowe's. And guess who's on my left? Mr. Elvis Presley himself. This is his 87th birthday, and we are here at the Tigerman Dojo and Museum right here in Memphis. And we all just arrived yesterday, and we have a beautiful event we're putting on this evening. And Mr. Colin Paul is going to be our host and our entertainer tonight, and he is incredible if you have never heard him at all. Tell the people a little bit about what you're going to sing.
I'm going to sing some songs that you don't often hear Elvis people sing. You know, you get a lot of ETAs out there and they won't touch some of these songs really, and there's a lot of great songs, and you'll know these songs, Mindy, because I think you were dating Elvis at the time Elvis recorded some of these songs. So I know it's going to bring back lots of memories for you, and it's going to I think everybody's going to enjoy it, and we're in for a great evening. It's
going to be a wonderful evening. I cannot wait to hear you. I have not seen him in at least 2 or 3 years, and last time your wife and I were dancing to your music. We had the best time. We had such a great time. But I want to invite everybody, because this is brand new. It's only been open about, I think 6 or 7 months. But this is the dojo, one of the dojos that Elvis trained at for 4 years with the very famous Kang Rhee. At the time I met Elvis, he had been studying Kempo karate. I had been studying Shotokan, so that's one of the many things that we had in common. And here, in this particular dojo, and the museum, and the dojo is right next door as well, we have so many beautiful pieces of memorabilia from Kang Rhee, from Chuck Norris, from Elvis. We have beautiful pictures. We have actually a shirt from Dr. Nikopopoulos that has been founded. And let's go over here. I want to show you the actual shirt. This was Dr. Nick's shirt that somebody had, and they had taken this shirt and a bunch of other memorabilia thinking that it was Elvis's, and did not realize it was Dr. Nick's shirt. And when the gentleman, which was Trey Miller, went in and showed him a picture, this particular shirt was sold for $30, and we don't, what it's worth today would be a priceless piece. And so we have a lot of the posters of Elvis's film, Blue Hawaii, Follow That Dream. We have one of his first little record players here, if you want to come in and see that. It's like the one he had in Germany. And then we also have some pieces of collectors' memorabilia. We have checks from Vernon that Vernon made out on behalf of Elvis. And also we have paperwork from the furniture store where Elvis bought the Jungle Room furniture, which was not in 1975 called the Jungle Room. It was called the Den, and then later it was labeled the Jungle Room because it looked just like a jungle room. So this is something that is extremely special. And Dan, why don't we come over here and look along with Colin? And let's look at some of the other things that we have here. We have some beautiful memorabilia from different people, and we have, I'm trying to think, this belt was, I think, Joey Smith's, is this his son?
Yeah, Dakota.
The Dakota, that's what it was. This is Dakota. Now, Billy and Joe Smith are first cousins of Elvis Presley, and their 2 boys, Danny and Joey, are second cousins of Elvis. And this is from Dakota, grandson, am I right? The grandson. And Dakota is now a fighter, and a brilliant fighter. And this was one of his belts. Can we show Dakota's belt as well? And I want to show these 2 lamps on either end were purchased by Elvis, and they were given to Billy and Joe Smith, who were Elvis's first cousins. Billy was extremely close to Elvis. He was with him all the time growing up. So the Smith family is a wonderful family, and they have donated a lot of things to the museum for all of Elvis's fans to see. Now, over here we have pictures of Kang Rhee, and also of Elvis. And we can see a lot of the things that Kang Rhee did with Elvis, all the items, some of the negatives that are here. And let's move over to the gis. You know, Elvis was a 10th degree Dan black belt, and he really prided himself on what he did in the form of karate. So these are some of the different gis. I believe these were Kang Rhee's, if I'm not mistaken. Weren't these Kang Rhee's? These were Kang Rhee's. And this is Mr. Kang Rhee on the left, who has, of course, since passed away, unfortunately. In 2019, I believe, August the 16th. Amazing that he passed away on Elvis's passing as well. I did not realize that. That's crazy. Now over here we have a copy of one of the gis, and the material is very, very thick. When I trained in Shotokan, for a girl, I was saying to the owner last night when he took me on this tour, for a girl studying and practicing, we don't like the open V-neck, because when we're doing throws or roundhouses or we're wrestling or we're doing something, it falls open. So it's not comfortable for us. Yeah, it's not comfortable for us. So I keep saying to people, if you're going to make a gi and the ladies are studying, please put a button or something here, you know. But this is very thick material. My gi was never as thick as this. It was much thinner because you need to move around. The thicker the material on a gi, the more difficult it is to make movements, because they're very fast, they're very snappy. And we have the Elvis Presley belt here. And I want to show you, which is really cute. I don't know who found it, but it's really cute if you want to zoom in on that. It's an Elvis Presley karate doll. Isn't that cute? I can't tell the fans where to buy it, and I apologize, but I thought it was really cute to show you, right? Okay, and let's see. Can we come over here? We've got some beautiful pictures of Elvis. Colin, do you want to come with me? Sure. We'll go this way.
Okay.
These are some beautiful pictures, Dan, that I think you're going to show, because I think the fans are going to want to see this. This is when Elvis would study and practice and do his katas, which are a form of movements that a person does alone. They're very synchronized movements. This is Kang Rhee and Elvis, and I forget who bought that car. Somebody, I forget who it is.
And I've never seen these two before.
Yeah, this is he in red. You see the fan waving. It was really cute. And here, I wanted to say to you also, before you normally start in on a kata or you start in on an event, you usually do a form of meditation. And Elvis was very, very big in meditation. He taught me how to meditate. And what we would do, we would sit cross-legged. Did you know this?
I did.
Okay.
I didn't know.
We would sit cross-legged on his bed, and we would hold hands, and we would rock back and forth like this, and we would say together in unison, Christ light, Christ love, Christ peace. And he told me that he would say these words when he was in meditation, before, during, or after, when they would take breaks. So here you can see them all in meditation with their eyes closed. You can see that Elvis is very sweaty. His hair on his forehead is very wet, and they're all in a form of meditation, because karate takes a lot of strength and movement. And I asked Elvis, I said, I know why I like karate. I said, but why do you? He said, honey, he said, it's one of the best forms of discipline. He said, and in my business, you have to have a lot of discipline.
Very true. Yeah.
Very true. Don't you find that?
Absolutely, yeah.
And
yeah, it's important.
When you go out, do you find that like Elvis prayed a lot before he went on stage? When you go on stage, are you ever nervous?
I don't get nervous, but I get anxious because I've been doing shows for so long now.
Yeah.
And the only reason I get anxious is because I want everything to work perfect. I want the microphone to sound crisp and clear. I want the sound to be crisp and clear.
Right.
I want the audience to be in awe of everything what's going on. So as far as being nervous concerned, no, those days have gone, luckily, and I'm pleased to say that. But yeah, I do get anxious a little bit because I want everything to be right, and I'm sure Elvis was the same.
Yeah, he was the same, and he prayed before every show.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
I did know that.
Yeah, he prayed.
And like, you see the footage of him, his last concert, and he's got his hands crossed and he's praying, and yeah, it's amazing. Yeah.
I remember asking him, I said, when you pray before you go on stage, I said, what do you say to God? And he said, well, he said, honey, he said, I pray for a good show. I pray that I'll remember the lyrics. He was always afraid of losing lyrics.
We're just the same. Yeah,
Right.
there you go. It's anxiousness,
Anxious,
rather than nerves.
And,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
as people have seen, he would take the lyrics on stage, but he would pray about that. He would pray that he would do the best show for his fans. And he was always nervous before he went out. And, you know, the first song, he'd come out and he'd walk out and he'd kind of shake a little bit. And you could tell he was nervous. And sometimes he would say, you know, I'm a little nervous. And then he'd get through the first song and he'd be like, whew,
Well,
done.
You know, as soon as the first song's out of the way, you know that you're in your comfort zone and
Right.
everything's going to be smooth from now on, you know.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's always the first song that sort of gets you. And I think really it doesn't have to be the whole song, you know, just a few lines and you're in and you think, yeah, this is good, we're
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Or the other hand, of course, is, oh no.
Yeah.
But that doesn't happen often.
Yeah. Well, and I think because you're such a professional, if something does happen, you have your way of glossy over it, where the audience isn't going to know.
No, they're not, but you
Yeah.
know. And like last night I did a show and I used a different microphone than what I would have used normally. And I was quite aware that this wasn't the same microphone, and I'm thinking, oh God, you know, how's it sounding? And then today I see some of the videos from the show I did last night and I thought, okay, that's cool. So it's all up here, really.
Yeah, it is.
Everybody else is enjoying it, you know.
It's up here. It comes out here. Can we show this beautiful picture of Elvis here? I don't know about this picture really, but it's just beautiful, and I thought we should show it. Oh, it looks like he's got his third eye there. It was done, actually, I believe, by Kang Rhee's sister-in-law. And it's a beautiful, beautiful picture. I think this is it's torn a little bit here, but that's okay. But first of all, and I want to say to everybody, because the dojo just opened, we are only a couple of miles down the road from Graceland. We are so easy to get to. And Billy Stallings, Spa Guy, Joey Micah Smith, Trey Miller, who am I leaving out? Well, Patrick Thompson, his really put this together, and all of them have done such hard work, and I cannot tell you how thrilled I am to be here to see this part of Elvis's history, because there are other places you can go and see other things, but there's no place where you can really go to see just the memorabilia of his karate, right? Am I right?
That's right, yeah. I was here yesterday, I did the tour yesterday, and a friend of mine who I've known for 30 years, we were over at the guest house having a drink, and he said, there's another drink for you. I said, I've already got one. He said, this is a special drink. I said, why? He said, because I've known you 30 years and it's the first time I've seen you emotional. Because no kidding, guys, I came out of here yesterday with tears in my eyes. It really gets to you, and it's something else to show a real human side of Elvis. And he was human at the end of the day. Don't put him on that pedestal, because he wouldn't have wanted that. Yeah. Elvis was a human being, and this whole tour shows you about Elvis the person, and tears came rolling down my face, and I don't want to start again.
Yeah, I know. I start. Well, and the reason being is because not only all this, that it was so personal to him. This really had nothing to do with the entertainer. This was who he was. But the and it's controversial, which I like, and that is the ambulance that took Elvis to Baptist Memorial Hospital, and there's nowhere else that you can see this. And when I saw the inside of it, and it hit me, because Joe Esposito had just called me and told me to get ready, pack my bag. They were sending the Lisa Marie out to pick me up and some other people. Unfortunately, we weren't allowed on the plane. We had to take a commercial airline, and they bumped people off American Airlines, which is the airline that Elvis used to take a lot. And so we flew commercially, but when I saw for the first time yesterday the back end of the ambulance, it really hits home.
It does.
It hits home.
It does.
And, you know, I was imagining Joe and Dr. Nick and who else was in there? It was Joe, Dr. Nick, and it wasn't Al. Was it Al Strada that was in there? I don't remember. Yeah. There was another person I'd forgotten. But it's exactly like it was. The ambulance has not been touched. It was found, and it's not been refurbished, nothing. Some people may want to see it. Some people may not. But I was there, and I will tell you, no matter what you say, it's still a part of his history, don't you think?
I agree, and I wasn't too sure about seeing the ambulance, but the whole thing is explained with pictures and stories and sound, and it's done in the most tasteful way.
Yeah.
I completely changed my mind. It's even if you come once, and I'm sure it wouldn't be once because you're going to want to keep coming back again anyway. But no, it's very tastefully done. So don't think it's something that's going to be morbid, because there's nothing further from the truth.
Yeah.
It's done about the Elvis story. It's part of the Elvis story, whether you like it or not, and it's done with the best taste possible.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. It really is.
And,
Yeah.
having them just opened, they're going to be adding so much more. So Colin and I, being here and doing this event tonight, we're thrilled to be here. And we just want to invite all the fans the world over to come and see this incredible art that they have done here with all the memorabilia. And the owners and everybody affiliated with it are such nice people. They're just lovely people. And we all are here because of one man, and that's Elvis Presley. It's not about me. It's not about anybody else but Elvis. That's the man who we raise, continue to raise his legacy, and we are here celebrating his 87th birthday. So I want to thank you all for tuning in and being with Colin and I, and invite you to all come down and see us. God bless you all, and hopefully we'll see you on the next event. Hi, we have taken a short break here at the Tigerman Dojo and Museum in Memphis, Tennessee. And I want to take you to a very special place right now. People that see this may have their own personal opinions about it, and that's fine. You should. But I think it's a very important part because it's history. It's an important part of Elvis's history, and it's something that no one has ever seen before, and it's here. So we're going to walk into the other room, and I'm going to share this experience with you. So let's go. Okay, we are here in the next room. And I want to let you know that this has not been refurbished. There has been nothing done to this vehicle. This is the state that it has been in since the day that Elvis passed away, which was August 16th, 1977. This is the actual ambulance that carried Elvis from his home at Graceland to Baptist Memorial Hospital on that fateful day. This is being shared at the museum because we all feel in some way that it's a very important part of his history, and there's no denying that. And that is what is so important. It may not resonate with everyone in a certain way that it may not resonate with another person. However, it's important because it's actual history. And all of Elvis's history is important, whether you may agree with it or not. So let me take you and show you this incredible vehicle and a little bit about its history. This is the Memphis Fire Department, and this is the ambulance, the actual ambulance that carried Elvis's body. We have been allowed to actually photograph the inside of it, which has really never before been shown. So come and walk with me down the length of this ambulance, and let me share with you the inside of that fateful day. This is the interior of the ambulance that actually carried Elvis's body to Baptist Memorial Hospital with my dear, dear friend, Joe Esposito, Dr. Nick, and I'm trying to think who else was in the vehicle with him. And I'm sorry I'm not remembering right now, but there were 3 people in the vehicle taking him to Baptist Memorial. Now, this is where Elvis lay, right here. and his body was covered. At that time, they knew that he had passed away. And as much as they tried to save him, they couldn't. And the word shortly thereafter was that Elvis had died. And I know that there are a lot of people out there in the Elvis community, in the Elvis world, that don't want to believe that he has passed. But I can personally tell you that I was one of very humbled and very fortunate people that was invited to his funeral. I spent 3 days and 3 nights at Graceland and experienced a lot. I stood at Elvis's casket for 6 hours, and I never moved from his side. And I watched 75,000 people walk through the house. So those of you that don't want to believe or are not believers, I get that. I understand the pain of losing this man on a personal level and on a public level. And I will just say to you that his physical body may be gone, but his spirit will always be with us in our hearts, and he will always be alive in our hearts and into the hearts of the world through his music, through his films, through his personality, through his great sense of humor, and for all the product that he left us with to enjoy him and love him, and for all the generations to come. So when somebody says to me, Elvis isn't dead, I said, you're right. And I agree with them. And then they kind of look at me because most people don't agree with them, and I say, you're right. He is alive. He will always be alive as long as he is remembered by the people that love him. And that will never stop. So I know this might be heartfelt for some people to see this, but it is part of his history. And it's only here at the Tigerman Dojo Museum, and it's an incredible museum, and it's the only museum in Memphis, and actually anywhere in the world, that takes that part of Elvis's life which he loved so much, which was karate and the study of it and the discipline of it. And you will be able to see so much here that is not shown anywhere else, having to do with his love of that sport. So I invite you all to come to this extraordinary museum. It's only about 2 miles away from Graceland, so it's very easy to get to, and the people that run it are absolutely wonderful, wonderful people. The event that I have done this evening has really opened my heart again, and there are people that love him and respect him and honor him, and that is exactly the way it should be, and his legacy should always be relegated as high as it can possibly be. So I thank you for listening, and I invite you all to come here, and you will have a wonderful, wonderful time.
I love this song. This is a wonderful day. It's as bright as a day has ever been. There is a big yellow sun looking down on this wonderful scene. Up in the blue skies, birds fly and sing their cares away. And how the peace know greets a wonderful day. There is a sound of a symphony carried along in the breeze. Even the flowers are swaying in time with the leaves on the trees. You know what? Heaven is found right here on the earth. It surrounds us and the wonderful things all around. In this wonderful, 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 wonderful world. I know the song by now, it's your turn, especially my double over there. This is a wonderful day. It's as bright as a day has ever been. There is a big yellow sun looking down on a wonderful scene. Heaven is found right here on the earth. It surrounds us and the wonderful things all around. Sing it with me. In this wonderful, 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 wonderful world. wonderful world, this wonderful world, this wonderful world, wonderful world. Wonderful evening and a wonderful world. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Hard anyway.
I'm good. I'm good. Smile though your heart is breaking. Give me a smile. Just smile. Is she born like that?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, I believe you. She scares me. Okay. It's recorded by a good friend of Elvis. It's called Bill Medley. You know what song's coming up? It goes like this. That's my favourite tribute song to Elvis, of course it is. Should we do one from the 50s? Made you feel second best. Girl, I'm so sorry I was blind, but you were always on my mind. You were always on my mind. That your sweet love hasn't died. Give me one more chance to keep you satisfied, satisfied. Little things I should have said and done, I just never took the time. But you were always on my mind. You were always on my mind. you're always on my mind. You were always on my mind.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. You know, I'm just thinking as I'm singing these. Surrender. I've spent a lifetime waiting for the right time. Now that you're near, the time is here at last. It's now or never. Come hold me tight. Kiss me, my darling. Be mine tonight. Tomorrow will be too late. It's now or never. My love won't wait. Just like a willow, we would cry in ocean if we lost true love and sweet devotion. Your lips excite me, let your arms invite me, for who knows when we'll meet again this way. It's now or never. Come hold me tight. Kiss me, my darling. Be mine tonight. Tomorrow will be too late. It's now or never. My love won't wait. 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 Thank you. I don't like to do those common ones because people say, "Dude, that was good, but Colin does it better." Not better.
Just let me out, sweet child, stop and let me ride. Sweet down, child, stop and let me ride. Rock me, Lord, rock me, Lord. Darling, you know I've got home on the other side. Swing, 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 swing. Just wanted to see how the chariot beats. Why don't you swing down, sweet chariot, stop me, let me ride. Swing down, chariot, stop me, let me ride. Rock me, Lord, rock me, Lord. All it is you know I've got home on the other side. Swing, 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 swing. Just wanted to lay down his area. Sweet child, stop and let me ride. Oh, sweet stop and let me ride. Rock me, Lord, rock me, Lord. All it is you know I've got home on the other side. Well, I got a fire rocking on the other side. Ain't gonna stop till I shake it as high. Rock me, Lord, rock me, Lord. All it is you know I've got home on the other side. Why don't you swing me out, sweet child, stop me, let me ride. Well, time has almost beaten us for my little spot, and I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. But I've got a nice cold beer waiting for me down the road. So I'm ready for it. Get on tape. I'm ready for it. Nice cold beer. We all deserve it. Have you enjoyed yourselves this evening? Yeah! Me too. Absolutely. And one more time, folks, give Mindi Miller a big round of applause, please. Okay.
We love you, Colin.
I love you too, sweetheart. Thank you. And I love Memphis, and I love the people, and
we love the Elvis fans. You guys.
we do love the Elvis fans. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, somebody asked me for this song earlier on, so it's always the way when you ask for a song you can't see it, and then you're seeing it all the time. So let's go to the bottom. It's usually there. Okay, here it is. I said earlier on this song was called Something for a Reason. It's called Hurt for a Reason, and especially because we've got no effects or anything like that, so I'm going to need all the strength and the power and the friends I need, the friends I can get. So this guy's filming it for a crime series, and he's a nice guy. I've met him tonight. He's been working along with Mindi for many years, and he's a great photographer too. I'm looking to see what wonders he can do with those photos he took of us earlier on. Yeah, so... And again, thanks to the whole team at the Tigerman Dojo Museum. I think they've done a fantastic job. And the whole world needs to see this. Yeah, let's hear it for these guys. The whole world is going to know about it as far as I'm concerned, and you need to do the same to spread the word, because they care. They really care, as you can see. It's all in the detail. It's all in the detail. Look at the building. Look at the walls. Oh. It just blows me away every time I think about it. Not only be here, but think about it. This is the second time I've been here. Obviously, the first time was yesterday, and I came out of here in tears, which is something I never thought I would do. And I'll probably do it again next time I go and do the full tour. And I put a post on Facebook yesterday. I sat in the lovely chair, the jungle room chair, and I said, "Where am I?" And everybody said, "You're in the jungle room," and that's how authentic it is. So. Again, big round of applause to these guys. What a job. Fantastic. Thank you. So, bear with me, and we'll all bear together. My name's Colin Paul. Good night, God bless. Thank you.
And we are in the Tigerman Dojo and Museum. We have finished our event, and I must say this was one of the most enjoyable events I have ever been able to partake in. We had some wonderful, wonderful people here that drove 7.5 hours, 5.5 hours, were taken out of school to come here, people that flew on a plane to come here, and I just have to tell you, I am so touched by people and by the Elvis fans. I want to thank you all for coming to this event and being here and being a part of this. We want the dojo to be very successful, and with your help, it will be. And I also want to wish the man that we are experiencing here tonight and celebrating his birthday a very happy birthday. It is 12 midnight. Elvis, I love you, and I want to share this birthday with all of your fans and you turning 87 years young. And we love you. And yes, of all the times you asked me if you'd be remembered, you are more than remembered, and you would be thrilled to death. And right now there are a lot of people going to your house, Elvis, to celebrate your birthday at 12 midnight at the Graceland Music Gates. So we want to thank you so much for being here. I also want to thank Dan Kennedy for some absolutely incredible work all evening, for all the still photography that he's done and all the videos that he's going to share with you all over social media, and as will I, because I know that you all are waiting for this. And those of you that couldn't be here now and couldn't attend this event or come to Elvis's birthday here in Memphis. So thank you very much. God bless you all. And as Elvis would say, adios.